This is a recap for Thursday, December 10th. Today we worked together in breakout rooms on Kahoot. On some problems that were going to be on Kahoot and then played it. So today's recap is not going to be about what we did in class, but about Kami week 12. So starting up at the top, this is also in the recap on Tuesday. This is what we did. And so you can stop it, the video anytime here you want to see any of these solutions. But I'm going to scroll down fairly quickly. I'll pause there for a moment. And then pause right here for a moment. We've already done this recap, but we're always trying to make it look like a funnel and going down to one number. So like, for example, this number goes down to 7. And so I'll pick up the recap and finish it off right here. And it says number the operations in the order that they should be performed. So the first thing that should be done are grouping symbols. So that's number 1. And the next thing are powers. Next thing, multiplication left to right. And then finally, it's a 3. Finally, addition left to right is 4. So we're going to put grouping symbols. And then powers. And then multiplication, division. And then addition, subtraction. It's okay to abbreviate that. So that's the order from first to last. So if we were looking at 4 times parentheses, or 5 times parentheses, 4 plus 1 minus 4 squared, add the numbers in the parentheses and write the new expression. So that would be 5 times 5 minus 4 squared. Find the value of the power, that's 16. And this came up today in class that there's no parenthesis there. So really what we're looking at is 4 squared. So we rewrite everything to the left of that red line. We write 5 times 5 minus, and now we did that part. So let me just highlight real quick. So far we've done, there we go. We've done that much right there. And now we're going to do 4 squared. So 4 squared is 16. Now this is important because if we don't think about it carefully, we may think that that is negative 4 times a negative 4. And it is not. So this is minus 16. And then do the multiplication. 5 times 5 is 25. Minus 16. And write the new expression means that we copy down everything else. Notice how the 5 just keeps continuing until we multiplied it. The minus is still there. Subtract the final 2 numbers and we get 9. So let's find the value of each and show all work. Okay, so 8 times 5 minus 12. 8 times 5 is 40 minus 12. So that's 28 right there. The next one is a negative 5. I'm going to write every step on this one. I kind of skipped that first step last time. Okay, negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2. Because it's in the parentheses, we're going to square that. That's negative 2 times negative 2. That's 4 plus 8 is 12. Okay, let's take this one over here. Negative 10 times 1 plus 4 minus 5. So it's negative 10 times 1 plus 4 is 5. minus 5. Negative 10 times 5 is negative 50 minus 5. And this we're going to view as negative 50 plus negative 5. So that's equal to negative 55. Okay, let's start with this grouping symbol. This long division line means that we're going to do everything in here kind of like there was parentheses right there. So we're going to do 5 times 2 plus 1 is 3, so we're going to write 5 times 3. Put the long line, it's still there, and so that below here, we don't just divide by negative 2, we add a negative 2 and a negative 1 and then divide by that, and then do 2 times negative 3. 5 times 3 is 15. We can combine these steps. We can do negative 2 plus negative 1 is negative 3. And then 2 times 3. We can do that all in this one step. It's a bit of a shortcut, but we're gonna go ahead and save a little bit of space. So negative 15 divided by, 15 divided by negative 3 is negative 5 plus a negative 6 is equal to negative 11. And then we'll take number 9 and put it right over here. So we'll just rewrite the whole thing. 3 plus 4, fraction bar 14, plus 1, fraction bar 10 minus 3. So these fraction bars act like parentheses. So that means that we're going to do everything in here first. So 7 divided by 14 plus 1 over 7. So now we have a common denominator problem. So 1/7 is equal to 2/14. So this is equal to 7/14 plus 2/14, and that's 9/14 for number 9. 4 friends ordered sandwiches for $15, a bottle of juice for $4, and a container of cookies for $3. The friends wanted to evenly split the cost. Write an expression to represent the situation and determine how much each friend owes. So we could add up all the money, 15 plus 4 plus 3. They didn't each get these. This was to be shared, and then we want to divide all of that by, and we could just put a line here, that fraction line. And there were 4 friends, so we just divide it into 4 groups. So this would equal 22 divided by 4. And 4 goes in there 5 times with 2 left over, leaving 2/4, which is a half. So I think they each had to pay $5.50. So let's just double check that. If they each paid $5.50, let's just put all their money here, $5.50, $5.50, $5.50. So we've got $20 right there, $1 right there, another $1 right there, so that's $22. And 15 and 4 is 19, 19 and 3 is 22. Okay, insert parentheses in each numerical expression so that it equals the stated amount. So I want this to equal 10. So I wonder if I can let's see, divide something by 5. What if I can get this to be 50 and then divide that by 5? Because I know that 50 divided by 5 is 10. Let's see. I think if I do this, then that interrupts the order of operations, so I added that first. So 5 times 2 plus 8 divided by 5 equals 10. So 2 plus 8 is 10. 5 times 10. If I multiply something by 5 and divide it by 5, that basically cancels each other out. 10 equals 10. And we're going to fill in the box with the numbers 1 through 10 to make the equation true. So I want to square something and then multiply it by 3, and it's going to equal 147, because if I take this 5 and I add 5 to it, that cancels that out, and this is equal to 147. And I'm going to divide 147 by 3, and that goes in there 4 times, and that goes in there 9, so that's 49. So I've got 49, and 7 times 7 is 49, so if I put a 7 right here, then it's going to be 7 squared equals 49. 49 times 3, which is 147. And then if I subtract 5 from it, I get 142. So the answer was 7. With this one, I want the answer to equal -4. So I want the top of this to equal -16. So something minus 16 plus 1 is equal to 16, or -16. Let's see. So if I just put a -1 in here, except for it wants 1. Let's see. A number from 1 to 10. Well, let's see. So if I put in 1 minus 16 plus 1 divided by 4, let's just see what that it's equal to. That is going to equal -14 divided by 4. Whoops, my pen's not working. There we go. It happens every once in a while. Okay, hopefully we can get this working. Divided by 4. And I really need this to be a -16 instead. So, okay, we're going to go about this just another way, just real quick, because I'm curious. I think maybe there might be a mistake in the puzzle, but we'll see. I'm going to put a letter in there. -4 squared. When we subtract a -1, it's the same as adding 1. Divided by 4 equals -4. So to simplify this, this is n minus 16 plus 1 divided by 4 equals -4. And this is n minus 15 divided by 4 equals -4. And, whoops, not 14, -4. And we're going to multiply by 4. So n minus 16, or minus 15, excuse me, equals -16. And if we add 15 to both sides, we get -1. And so there is an error. This should be a -1. So this is a mistake in the problem. All right. Use numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 once each in each expression to create an answer that meets each criteria. Each expression must be used at least one. Each expression must use at least one exponent and at least 2 different types of operations. And you can make any of the values negative. So for example, -1, maybe it said that up here too. Nope, it did not. All right, so we want to use 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we want an odd answer. So we could do, and we need an exponent. So let's do this. Let's do 1 to the 5th power plus 2 minus 3 plus 4, and we'll just see where we're at. So this is 1 plus 2 minus 3. So this one's even. So let's switch the 2 and the 3 so that it is. So that didn't work. Let's do 1 to the 5th power minus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So that's 1 minus 2 plus 3 plus 4. And that is, that also didn't work because that made it even, because this is -1 plus 7 is 6. All right. Then let's try adding that one and subtracting these two. So 1 to the 5th power minus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So that is -1 plus 7 is 6. All right. Then let's not use 1 to the 5th power. Let's use 5 to the 1st power. No, let's use 5 squared. And then let's multiply it times 3. So now we're at 75. And then let's add 3 and subtract 4 still gets us even. Wow. Okay. I'm going to come back to that one. I'm going to do the other one. So I'm going to erase this. Give myself some room to work here. I'm sure there's a simpler solution. That's the process of what's called trial and error. And you just keep trying things out, see what you get. And I'm going to come back to finding an odd answer using exponents and 1, 2, 3, 4, and at least 2 different types of operations. Okay. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I use multiplication and addition. Those are 2 different types. So I'm going to go back with this. 5 squared times 3 plus 4 times 1. Okay. Nope. Plus times 3 plus 4 plus 1. We'll do a plus there. Okay, so this one is 5 squared times 3 plus 4 plus 1. And so that is we're going to go back to multiply that by 4, or multiply that by 1. All right. Let's go here. All right, let's multiply that by 1. All right, we have 2 different types of operations, addition and multiplication. We have a exponent, and we've used 1 through 5. This is 75 plus 4, which is equal to 79. So there's one solution. I'm sure there's many solutions, probably simpler solutions. And we want an answer less than 0. And that is going to be, we're going to do 1 plus 2 times 3 minus 5 to the 4th power. And that is clearly going to be less than 0 because this is very big, 625, and this is only 9. And we want to equal exactly 24. So I think I'm going to start with something close to 24, which is 5 squared, and see if I can get a negative 1 out of 1, 3, and 4. So we're going to subtract 4 divided by a long line 1 plus 3, so a division line. So that subtracts 1, and we get 24. So again, 5 squared minus 4 with a fraction bar and a 1 plus 3. We don't even need those parentheses. And we use subtraction, addition, and we have our exponents. So let's see, 2 1/2 is 5 halves. 3 1/4 is 13/4. No, they don't have a common denominator. So 4 is going to be, so this is going to be 10/4 plus 13/4. And the numerator, 10 plus 13 is 23. So 23 over 4. And that is 5 3/4. And just 4 more problems to do. This is 7/4 plus 4/3. So the common denominator is going to be 12. That's 21/12 plus 16/12. And that is equal to 21 and 16 is 37. 37/12. 12 goes in there 3 times with 1 left over. So 3 1/12. So this one is going to be, we can actually write this one like this. 2 minus 1, and 3/4 is the same as 9/12. 1/3 is the same as 4/12. And because this fraction on top is bigger than the smaller one, we can just subtract. And that's 1 and 5/12. Other ways to do that one, but I recognized that we could just subtract 1/3 from 3/4. We didn't have to change that into an improper fraction. This one, however, we have a couple different ways. And I'm just going to use improper fraction on this one. So 13/3 plus 11/6. And so the 13/3, I'm going to double it. And that's going to be 26/6 plus 11/6. It's 37/6. And that is 6 1/6. And finally, 2 4/5 minus 1 1/2. So again, I'm going to line this one up this way. And we're going to change it to 8/10 and 5/10. So 1/2, this is equal to 1/2. This is equal to 4/5. Those fractions. 2 minus 1 is 1. 8 minus 5 is 3. 1 3/10. And that is a recap on Thursday, December 10th.